In the dimly lit corner of a decrepit diner, two unlikely souls found themselves locked in a peculiar gaze. One was a male zombie, his decaying flesh hanging loosely from his skeletal frame. The other was a female zombie, her once flowing locks now a tangled mess of matted hair. They were seated at a worn-out table, their eyes fixated on each other, while voraciously devouring a massive plate of meat. The diner, long abandoned by the living, had become a refuge for the undead. It was a place where they could indulge in their insatiable hunger without the fear of being hunted or judged. The air was heavy with the scent of decay and the remnants of forgotten lives, but for these two zombies, it was the perfect setting for an unexpected connection. As they tore into the succulent cuts of meat, their eyes locked, and something peculiar happened. A flicker of recognition sparked within their hollow gazes. It was as if their decaying hearts had momentarily reanimated, reminding them of a time when they were more than just flesh-eating monsters. The male zombie, who had once been a dashing gentleman in his former life, felt a pang of longing deep within his deteriorating chest. His sunken eyes softened as he remembered the touch of a lover's hand and the warmth of a stolen kiss. He wondered if the female zombie, with her hauntingly beautiful eyes, had once been his missing piece. Similarly, the female zombie, who had once been an enchanting beauty, felt an unfamiliar sensation stirring within her decaying core. The remnants of her former self fought against the hunger that consumed her, urging her to remember a time when love, not flesh, had been her sustenance. Her gaze held a glimmer of hope, as if she recognized the male zombie as a fragment of her forgotten past. As the male zombie approached, his rotting limbs swaying with each step, the female zombie's decayed heart skipped a beat. A flicker of recognition danced in her clouded eyes, as if a distant memory was trying to claw its way to the surface. She reached out a decaying hand towards him, her fingers trembling with a mix of longing and uncertainty. The male zombie, driven solely by his insatiable hunger, paused for a moment, as if he too sensed a connection beyond their decaying flesh. In that fleeting moment, the female zombie's mind was flooded with images of a time long gone. She saw herself, vibrant and full of life, dancing under moonlit skies with the male zombie by her side. They had once shared a love that transcended death, a love that now seemed like a distant dream. But as quickly as the memories came, they were swallowed by the darkness that consumed her mind. The hunger, the craving for human flesh, surged through her decaying body once again, overpowering any remnants of her former self. With a guttural moan, the female zombie lunged towards the male zombie, her decaying teeth gnashing in desperation. The glimmer of hope in her eyes faded, replaced by a primal hunger that consumed her entirely. And so, the male zombie, once a fragment of her forgotten past, became nothing more than another meal in her endless quest for sustenance. The love that had once sustained them both was lost forever, buried beneath layers of decay and the insatiable hunger of the undead.